Hi guys, this is Natalie Martinez, and this is my Showcase 3 assignment. So the two resources I have chosen to look at were Schoology and Blendspace. The first one I'm going to look at is Schoology, which I've used before as a student, so I was kind of already familiar with how it all went and basically how to use it. But I found it to be pretty straightforward. You signed in for free. We're already signed into my account, but I'm not doing it. Hello guys, my name's Natalie Martinez. This is my Showcase 3 assignment. The two tools I have decided to look at as our platforms for today are Schoology and Blendspace. The first one we're going to look at is Schoology. I've used this before as a student in high school. I find it to be pretty easy and straightforward, and I really like the way that you can transition to different elements in Schoology. It's very easy to keep the sequencing on track, and that way the students know what they need to do. They just kind of go through kind of checklist style. When you create a class or a course, this is the main page that you'll get. Over here you have upcoming. Students get this as well. This is just really nice because it reminds you when everything's due, the exact time, what type of assignment it is. So this right here is a quiz or a test. These are just other assignments that I've put in. You can put your assignments into different folders. So like I made this the telling time module because the lesson plan we're going to be looking at today is all about telling time on an analog clock. So that's pretty easy for students to understand. Over here, you'll have your update section where you can post just notifications you want to go to the entire class. It's very easy. You get a little text box and then you just click post. You have a grade book, your grade setup, which is just kind of the settings for your grade book if you want things weighted. Badges are something unique to Schoology. If you do certain things or complete certain assignments the right way, you can give your students badges or you can receive them yourself. So it's kind of just a little like incentive, like you are a good listener today, I'm going to give you the good listener badge. And other students can go on to their peers profile and see these badges. That's kind of cool. You can take attendance on here. This would be more for when you actually have members. I obviously do not because it's not a real course, but you would have members and then it's very easy to just say, yes, they're here, no, they're not. And here is where you will actually get a whole list of member profiles. So right now there's just me and it shows right here that I am the administrator, so I'm in charge of this course. Alrighty. So if we're looking at the actual folder, I'm just going to go into the telling time module once it loads. And then you just have a whole list. So I really like Schoology because it's very easy to put all this together and it's very straightforward as to what needs to be done when. So up here, I just put a discussion forum similar to what we have in our actual course. Students can go in here and post any questions they still have about material or about specific content, and then I can answer them or their peers can answer them. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of get that classroom discussion even if you are going online. Once it goes back, sorry, my internet's just running a little slow today. I have these two activities. So there's learning to read the clock 1. It's really easy to make assignments. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute, but they look just like this. I posted a link to a YouTube video. Students can just follow the link, watch the videos, and learn about analog clocks and kind of get a basic crash course on how to do that. This link right here is the same sort of thing, except they're going to read about how to read an analog clock through a WikiHow page and then answer some questions and submit an assignment, which is very easy. There's a big button, it says submit. To add these sorts of little side bits, You just go up here. You can add assignments, tests, quizzes, assessments, files, discussions. So it's very easy. You just choose which one you want to use, and it kind of walks you through how to add them. So here I added my choice board, which I used in Showcase 2. And it was very easy to hyperlink it just to the normal page, and it takes me right to my Google Drive where I uploaded the choice board. So that'll be really easy for students to use, very easy for me. It didn't take me long to put this together. And then finally, I have a little test where I have some questions. There are different types of questions you can have. These are multiple choice. I have a short answer, some true, false. It can weight the questions differently. I made all of these 1 point, but I could make them different if I wanted. Teachers have the option to set time limits for their students. If you want, them to have not 5 hours to do a 5-question test, you can make it as short or as long as you want. You have time. You can set for individual questions. It's very easy to use and very I think it's easy on both the teacher and the student end, which makes it really nice, actually. So that's kind of Schoology. I really enjoy using it. I've used it on both ends. I think that it's very straightforward, and since you can add so many different types of materials into one folder, it really enhances the student's learning. You can add a lot of different resources, even the option to add external links and tools. That would be really valuable to add depth to your lesson. It's not difficult to work through, but it does allow for difficult concepts to be explored if you so choose. And yeah, it's just very straightforward. I really like Schoology, highly recommend. Going on, I'm going into Blendspace. This is what the basic module looks like. I tried to recreate the exact same module. I like Blendspace a lot less than I like Schoology. It works as a little class activity if you were using it for just one little part of the day, but it doesn't really work as an overall class platform. So here you can put the module's name up here, but it's not very clear that this is a module, and then if you wanted to add another one, you just add stuff to the bottom. So it doesn't make it very clear where you are in your lesson. And then you kind of have these Post-it note looking boxes where you can either add text or add a quiz. So these I just added text, and I pretty much just copied and pasted the questions from Schoology because I wanted to be able to compare the two lessons. I was able to hyperlink my choice board in here, but it wasn't as easy to figure out how to do that, so it wasn't super user-friendly in my opinion. And then I couldn't add the quiz because if you add quiz here, you either have to type a question and then type the answer. You can't really add pictures. I didn't have pictures in Schoology, but it was difficult. You can't really hyperlink either. So if I wanted to, I don't know, I just typed a bunch of letters, but you can't really hyperlink, so you can't add the links to the pictures, and then you have limited answers. I just didn't find it to be as effective, and I didn't think it was as helpful. So I couldn't really make the quiz again, which was frustrating. Then there's not really any grade book, so teachers have to manually go in and do that. So I didn't think that was very helpful. It does have all these resources on the side. You can search YouTube, Google, Google Images. You can add web pages and resources like that. So, there is the chance that you could enhance learning that way, but I didn't think the overall format was very user-friendly for the student or for the teacher. So I didn't think it would really make learning easier or invite in-depth learning, since you were very limited in what you can actually accomplish. And it's very difficult for students to know exactly like what order to do things in, because it's like, well, do I go to this box or that one? Or like, it's more, I think, valuable to use it as a maybe like, well, today you can pick this activity or this activity. So almost using Blendspace as a choice board activity rather than an actual platform for class is my personal opinion. But overall, those are 2 resources that are available for teachers to use. I'll have the links to both attached to my showcase assignment, but I definitely prefer Schoology out of the 2. I just think it's more user-friendly. You can do more with it, and I think it really just makes it easy for teachers and students to organize and have straightforward questions and answers, and really in-depth learning can go on here. So that's my Showcase 3. Thank you, guys.